So I can't quite tell who this is because of just the way everything is. But I'm guessing Big Red. Oh, maybe not. Hold on, I gotta do something so I can see my screen here. Looks like Big Red, and looks like she has something. I think. Maybe, I don't know. I think so, but that's Big Red. I don't know for certain. I wouldn't be surprised if she has something and she's hoping that one of the young come for it. Yep. Okay, she took off, and she's currently out of my sight. I'm guessing that's Arthur. Again, he's on top of one of the smokestacks at the central heating plant. So we haven't seen either of the ends yet. I have no idea where they are, but we'll look around here since we're here. It is quiet here. I'm not hearing any vocalizations from any other birds that might be sounding an alarm. We did hear some for Big Red, so I mean it does happen. Wait, who's that? Is that Big Red? That's not Big Red, is it? I think it is. It is. And I think I hear somebody calling to her. Oops, sorry. The queen. Okay, the queen is heading, looks like she went to Bradfield. I'm definitely hearing a young one call. Wait a second. Yes. So Big Red is here on Bradfield Hall, and it's my suspicion, I could be wrong, but it's my suspicion she is working to get her young to move a bit. She's been doing that, probably deliberately, keeping a little bit out of the immediate area in the hopes that they'll follow and start expanding their range. That's my guess. And here is Arthur on the central heating plant. I'll show you if you want.
But I don't know if that's the one that's making the noise.
I don't know either, but right there.
There you are, you little turkey.
And you can see Big Red from here, right up there on the perch, the wall perch. Do you see her?
Yeah, but the end didn't move when she came in?
She actually was on one of the lighting towers and flew over.
Okay.
And I first saw her, and I assumed, before getting a real look at her, She's magnificent. Before looking at her, I had assumed she was one of the young.
Last night we had both of the young in this tree as the storm was coming in.
Okay.
One was on the blue light, and then the other one was somewhere across the field.
Wait, hold on.
I think that's this one.
It almost seemed like the sound wasn't coming. Let's look back at the young one. It's moving, it's opening its mouth, so it's calling also. Or it's calling, I don't know if anybody else is calling. No. And Arthur's on the central heating plant.
I love that spot. It's been there a lot this week.
Has he?
We might go check the other side just to make sure it didn't get across the field.
Might be a good idea.
All right, we'll let you know if we can go.
Okay, good luck, thank you. Is that a robin? No, I don't know. I don't know. Lighten it up. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. It does look like it was a bird. It was not eating before. So did it catch something itself? Arthur's there. We know where Big Red is. Unless this is something that Big Red had left and it just like wasn't eating for some reason. I don't understand, you know. We try to understand, and they just don't cooperate. So this one is eating. It was not eating before, or at least I don't believe so. Well, look. We saw Big Red. She went from that lighting tower over to Bradfield Hall. Okay, we didn't see her go anywhere else. Now it's possible she did. But we saw after that, we saw while Big Red was on Bradfield, we saw this one calling. Now maybe, sometimes we've seen the hawks even with prey, and they continue to call, but it didn't seem to be eating or doing anything. So I don't know. It's gonna leave. Okay, that's what happens when you adjust your tripod. So up to the nest tower, and right there, I believe, yes, right there at the nest level. Why don't you look this way? Look this way. No, this way. So the one who just ate, and I'm not convinced, well, like I said, we'll get closer. Arthur hasn't moved since the whole time we've been around tonight. He's been on. Thanks. Heading. Where'd it go? Okay, now at the top, the top of the same tower where it ate. Okay? And there were birds, I think, on top of it. I wonder if it went and caught one itself. I don't know. My point is, we saw it, it looked, I don't know if it was lying down, but it almost looked like it was, and it was calling. It certainly wasn't eating. Big Red was on Bradfield, and as we walked by, she remained on Bradfield, and Arthur had remained on the central heating plant. So we didn't see any prey drop, is my point. Now, again, maybe this one had prey and was just, I don't know, for some reason, waiting to eat it. So it's possible Big Red left it for it. But when we saw Big Red first, she was on, was it the nest tower? I believe so. So, my question is, did this one catch something itself? I don't know. Maybe unlikely, and maybe somehow that prey drop occurred and we didn't realize, or maybe it was just calling. Maybe it was just calling when, and it had prey the whole time. I don't know. I mean, it's continued to call, even though it's had prey. Looks like it might be considering a takeoff. It's on the ground. Sorry, out of view. Okay, right over Salt Land. 1 second. Right here. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the other one is still there or not. Arthur's still on the heating plant, and Big Red is still where she was on the closer wall perch, lower wall perch. So is its sibling up above? Possibly. Let's look up there quickly. Yes, you can just see movement up there, but that same tower, and no, maybe not. One here. We have one up there moving around a bit, I think. There, hi. Arthur's still on the central heating plant. He looks like he might be, he's certainly changed his orientation, so he may either have something on his mind, or, in his eye, or he's just turned around for some odd reason. It's beginning to get dark. Both in that tree, in that tower. So this one almost looks like it wants to come down to that, whatever it is, and this one looks like it's content to stay there. Looking cute. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Okay, heading, I think, towards Furno Hall. Again, we have an N up here. And this is the one who ate. At least ate while we were watching. Here comes somebody. Okay, the next tower over. So there's the tower where the Weil nest was. Weil Hall is the building, and then the very next tower over is where the Weil nest is. They haven't used that in a few years. And then the next tower is where the one who did not eat, or we did not watch eat, is. And then the next tower over from there is where we have the one who did eat while we were watching. Oh, careful. And the sun, they're getting a little bit of sunshine on them. That one is, anyway. And how about this one? A little bit too. And oh, they're both in that same tower. I thought so. They're both in this tower. And I'm still wondering if I should walk up and maybe get a better angle. Actually, you know what? This is not bad. Well, this one's good. We can see this one nicely. The other one, we have the fencing, or whatever you want to call it. Be worse. Let me adjust my tripod just a bit. And one more look from here. Yep, he's still there. So we're hearing a robin, and we're hearing a gray catbird. Arthur's there. I'm guessing he's going to be leaving there shortly, just because it is getting later in the day. And we have the two M's, one here and one up there. And like I said, I can see Big Red, not easily, but I can see her. She's right here. So I don't know where the other hawk is. I suspect not far, but you never know. That's Big Red. We still have an N. We had an N up here. Wait a second. Yeah, we have an N there. At least one. 1 second. It sounds like one is on Bradfield, but I may be wrong. I saw someone fly to Bradfield. Oh. Okay, to the far side of Bradfield. And we have a young one on Bradfield now. See, this one I think went to Bradfield. That is what drove Big Red off of Bradfield. So this is the lower wall perch, farther from the road. We have the one that's closer here. And Big Red is on the other side of Bradfield, on the western side. And I don't know where that other juvenile is. And Arthur's no longer on the central heating plant. I missed him. I was hoping to see him in flight. Let's listen and see if maybe I hear the other juvenile. Wait. Okay, we just saw somebody fly in towards Bradfield, and the other juvenile's in one of the lighting tower. Oh, there. spoiling the party, and here is both parents are now in this tower because the juvenile went to Bradfield. Hello. And we still have one. We have one on Bradfield. The far side sounds like it's calling. The other one here is still here. And let's go back here. These are the adults, and I don't want to move just yet. They're not going to stay there. But we saw one juvenile come in to where I believe they were, and they both took off. Is this the best place for me to stand? I'm not sure. I can't see I'm not going to see everybody at once. I just can't. We've got one on either side of Bradfield. I believe the other one's on the other side of Bradfield. And the one that was on one of their regular roosting perches is still there. Things have quieted down. I'm not hearing vocalizations. Let's take a quick look at the one we can see on Bradfield. Is it still there? Yes, it is. But it looks like it might be thinking about leaving. I hear it again on the western side of Bradfield. This is Arthur on the left here, and that's Big Red on the right, back a little farther from us. And I believe they were both on the other side of Bradfield, the western side, when one of the juveniles came in to where they were, and they both took off. Now we saw that juvenile come in, but I didn't get to show you very well both the hawks leaving. I don't know what I recorded. But now they're on the tower that is the third from Weil Hall. And I don't expect them to stay there. Maybe they're trying to see how things are going to play out. I don't know. She looks like she's about to leave. She may not know that on the eastern side, a juvenile, well, last I saw, was there. I'm looking at them, so I don't know if that juvenile is still there. I think it's still up there. Once I'm going to look away. It is still up there. And the one on the other side is still calling, wherever it is. Oops, wow, that was close. If you know what I mean. So she's on the, oh, and she went up there, and then somebody else, either she or somebody, or the juvenile dropped down and went elsewhere from that perch. Now he's here. This is Arthur, and I'm going to look up. Again, we still have a juvenile on the eastern side. Ferris, there. Right here. Kind of looking around. I'm gonna lighten it. Should I lighten it up? Yeah, maybe I will. Let's see, is Arthur still there? He is still there for the moment, but he looks like he's maybe considering, maybe. Sorry. Pardon me? I'm looking here. Look at my camera screen here. There's a red-tailed hawk right there.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the tower, and up on this building here, you can't see it, but there. Here, look. I'll show you. There's another one. One of his young.
Yeah.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
And the mother went around to the other side. I can't see her from here, and there was another young one on the other side. I can't see from here, so I'm watching red-tailed hawks. Hello. So he looks like he maybe is about to leave. He's, like I said, I wouldn't expect him to roost there. But you know, that there's still time to move. But the one on the eastern side, this side of Bradfield, looks like it might stay there. I don't know. Might be like, oh, no wonder why they stay here. But he looks like he's thinking about leaving, I think. I'm afraid if I look away, we'll completely miss him. I'm going to look away anyway. I guess you're probably, I'll bet it'll leave, but here he goes. Right over my head, and okay, he's, uh-oh, it's starting to rain. He is at the, wait, where is he? Okay, both adults are here now. I'm going to adjust my tripod 1 second. she's going to jump over. And this one's going to get the boot, I think. That's my guess. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Such a sweet thing, really. I thought it looked to me like she was going to jump over and maybe displace her young one from this perch, but it hasn't happened. I'm curious about the location of the other N. I wonder if it's on Bradfield or not. I thought I saw some activity, so it may have flown off. This one looks like it's, you know, it's not like its crop is really empty. It looks like it is at least somewhat full. It does to me anyway. You know, she looks like she's maybe considering a takeoff. Look at her wing. It's getting dark. I'd love to go around to the other side and see if the other one is on Bradfield. I don't know. Regardless, it's not in view. It's not in view of me. It's not in view of the other hawks. Should we chance it? Should we go and see if we can check the other perches? At least not all of them necessarily, but the ones closer to the road. Let's chance it. So everybody's on Bradfield now. This one looks like it might be, is it closing its eyes a bit? A little sleepy? So it wouldn't surprise me if this one is here for the night. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. Good night, N. All right, let's go and check out. The robins are vocalizing for some reason. Let's go check out the other perches on the other side. And it's, I think, our big red is at least, they're both beginning to close their eyes. So they're, to me, it looks like they're staying there tonight. And this one has quieted down and has its eyes closed as far as I can tell. So good night, N. We said good night to the other N already. And good night, Arthur. And of course, good night, Big Red. Everybody, I think we're going to close up for the night. It's been an interesting evening for certain. It started off in a way a little bit quiet, but then, as so often is the case, the activity increased as the light decreased. But I certainly didn't expect what we saw at the end. But we're out of light. We're out of time. We're not quite out of birds. We're looking at them. But it's time for me to pack up and head home.